Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Jake, Upset Dog, whatever you want to call it. Um, I've never sat down to make a video like this before, and I've been wanting to do it for a while because I've been wanting to get my foot in the music commentary, music criticism. Well, not really criticism, but just talking about music. I've been wanting to step foot in that world for a while now, and yeah, I haven't done it. I mean, I haven't been putting it off, but I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I figured the best way to do it would to be with to start with a end of the year list, just give my thoughts on 2025 music as like a whole. Just, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, just a quick little list. I don't know if this will stay consistent. I don't know if I'll do this again. I want to, but I don't know what the future is going to look like with this. I might post another video about it. Might be consistent. I might never post one again. I don't know how I'm going to rank it. I don't know. I'm just kind of going to do it, and we'll see where it goes. So with that being said, let's get started, shall we? My number 10, I'm going to have to give it to ESD Kid, Rebel. An album that I was not expecting to enjoy as much as I did because I've never really been into UK rap before, but I really enjoyed this one. My favorite track is, I'm gonna have to go with Four Raws. The beat on that is insane. And there's a beat on one of the songs towards the end of the album too. I think it's called Rebel, maybe? Rebel might be the name of it. I don't know, but that beat is also insane, and I really enjoyed that album. Number 9, I'm gonna have to give it to Attack Patterns by Yor. Technically an EP, but I'm just ranking projects. Who gives a shit? Harrisonburg band. I've seen them live a couple times. They're super dope. The EP is solid as hell. My favorite track is probably Unaligned. So yeah, shout out to those guys. Great Harrisonburg band. Yeah. Number 8, I'm gonna give it to Life on the Other Side by Patrick Ryan. This is a dude that I found on TikTok over the summer, and he was kind of putting out singles, leading up to the album. I remember he put out the song One Trick Man, and I really liked that song. That's what really got me hooked on him. And there's other great songs on the record too, like Talking Out Loud, but his sound kind of reminds me of if Alex G had a deeper voice, I guess. That kind of is the vibe I get from it. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that, but you can find out for yourself. But yeah, I really like this guy, and I thought it was a great project, so I had to throw it up in there. Number 7, Sable Fable by Bon Iver. Great record. I really enjoyed. I've always liked his music as an artist, but this record felt special because it came out at a time where there was just a lot going on in my life in a positive way. I was about to graduate high school. It was a really exciting time, and so I'll always remember that about it. I think Everything Is Peaceful Love is going to be one of those songs where I look back on it in a couple of years and just seethe with nostalgia, and I'm looking forward to it because that's a great song. I also really enjoyed the McGee and Dijon influence on this record. From is a greatly produced song. I really enjoyed that one. Number 6, Frog Hollow by Good Time Jordy. Not a Harrisonburg band, but a band that I saw in Harrisonburg at the warehouse. I think they're from Maryland, I want to say. I'm pretty sure. Not sure where, but somewhere in Maryland. And best DIY band I've seen live ever. Great band. They fit into that alt country category, like twang rock, whatever you want to call it. And the EP is solid. Death of a Hoarder is one of my favorite songs from this year for sure. It's a great tune. Highly recommend that one. The whole EP is great. But yeah, great live band. I wish I bought their merch. I was this close. I should have done it. But anyway, number 5, Bleeds by Wednesday. Another alternative country rock record. Really good stuff. I found out about the band this year because the whole MJ Lenderman hype, and when it came out, I listened to it. I listened to the singles that came out beforehand as they were coming out, and Wound Up Here by Holding On really stood out to me. That's a great crunchy rock song. I love that song. The song's dope. But I listened to it when the record came out. The way Love Goes is I think it's one of the best songs of the decade. In my head, I kind of compared it to Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac. I feel like it's the current era version of that. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just kind of the comparison I went with in my head when I was listening to it and when I learned the story behind it and everything. But yeah, super solid record, super solid vocals, guitar work, all of it. Number 4, I'm going with American Recordings by Truman Sinclair. Probably my favorite artist that I found this year. My buddy posted a guitar video of this guy, and it put me on to him, and I really fucking like his. I think his songs are super catchy, super fun. Bloodline is one of my favorite songs from this year, probably of all time too, but it's definitely like I said with the Bon Iver album, this album came out at like a time where there was a lot of hype going on. It was super fun to have it in that moment in my life. So it does mean a lot to me. And I think he's gearing up to put out another record. He's been putting out some singles that are like connected. So hopefully we're getting another Truman Sinclair album 2026, because this was great. This was a great album. Also in that alternative country-ish, but this one's got more of like a Dylan vibe. Like he's got like fucking harmonica and like, I don't know, it's very poppy, and I don't know, I love it a lot. I love it a lot for sure. Number 3 is Lecrae by Elias Ronenfeld and Dean Blunt. A joint that's only like 15 minutes, if that, maybe. I don't think it hits the 20-minute mark, but it's a banger. It has to be the catchiest album of the year. Like that, like, I don't know what it is. Like, Dean Blunt is like a very like he's big time producer, like everybody knows that, but his like production fits in very well with Elias's like vocal melodies and lyrics, and it's fun, it's catchy, it's, you know, it's simple, like it's nothing too crazy to, you know, ponder on, but like came out at like the very beginning of the year, and I bumped it throughout the whole year. It was on my Wrapped and everything. Like, it was a great album. My favorite track, probably number 1. I don't know, but they're all good. I mean, they're all great. As for everything on this list I got. Number 2, I mean, what can I say? I gotta give it to Geese, Getting Killed. It should come to no surprise for anybody that knows me. This record was the shit. At first I didn't get it, I'll be honest, because I've been listening to Geese since Cowboy Nudes came out in like March 2023. You know, 3D Country is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like, I was so happy when I saw him play it live at DC. But anyway, the record, it took a second for me to get it. It took a couple listens for me to for it to click in my head, you know. But it's awesome. I mean, it's dope. Truthfully, I wasn't expecting there to be as much hype around it as it got, but now that it's there, like, I understand it, and I congratulate it, because I think it's great. And I didn't expect them to be the band that everybody was like, oh, these are like the saviors of rock music in the current generation, but I'm glad that they're the ones, because they are very dope, and they know what they're doing, and they're awesome. And, you know, also I think Getting Killed is one of the best drum records in a long time. Drum into that album, because I'm a drummer, so naturally I do the whole, you know. But that's a great drum record. Max Bassin, I give full congratulations to, because he put some great, he played some great skins on that record, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, with my number 1 pick, my favorite of 2025, I wasn't gonna put it on there initially, because it technically came out in 2024 at the tail end, so I wasn't gonna put it on there. But I saw so many people put it on their end year list this year, and so I was like, I feel like I have to, because if I don't, then people are gonna think I didn't fuck with the record. But it's one of my favorite records of all time. And yes, I'm saying that with confidence already, with it only being out for a year. Heavy Metal, Cameron Winter, which also shouldn't come to a surprise to anybody that knows me. But when Cameron put out, because $0 was the single, $0 Man was the single for this record. He put it out on his website like a couple days, like the audio file, like a couple days before the single came out. And I was already a huge Geese fan, so naturally I listened to it. And it's gonna make me sound crazy, but I'm not even kidding. It blew me away. Like, I genuinely was entranced the first couple times I listened to it. Like, it was like nothing I'd ever heard before. And that's why that song is my favorite song off that record. because it gave me like this fucking, it's like one of those feelings that you get when you get your first kiss. Like it's like it genuinely makes you like feel something in your bones. It's very hard to describe, but it's gonna make me sound like I'm crazy, but I mean that song in and of itself is just like mind blowing to me. And I also, one thing about the record as a whole, I also think it's very important, or I'm very glad that it's getting the recognition that it's getting, and like the hype that it's getting, and that it's getting, you know, popularized and even mainstream, I would say. I think it's very good and important because it shows that like there is still room in the mainstream for like songs like this that are very authentic and very passionate and very like there's so much work put into it. And I'm not saying that everything in the mainstream is just like worthless and doesn't have any meaning. I'm not trying to say that at all, but I'm not trying to diss anybody, like I said, but there is a lot in that sphere that's like, you know, like give us the money, like we don't really care about the music, like we know that this shit's gonna go to the top, so let's do it and let's get that check. And sometimes that's okay, but not really, because like music is about the passion. It's about like the authenticity of it. If your heart's not in it, then it can't be good, right? And so I think it's important that something like this is as popularized as it is, because it shows like that this is what you should be going for, you know what I mean? And I think that's a very, very important. That's why it's my favorite record of the year. I think it's new, I think it's unheard of before, and I think it's very, very special. But anyway, that's my 2025 list. I hope it didn't take up too much of your time. Hopefully I'll make some more videos, like album reviews of shit that comes out that I want to talk about, but we'll see. Thank you for tuning in and listening this far into the video, and let's get it. 2026, let's have a good year with some great music, and I hope you all have a great year. Bye.